Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. First off, I want to say a massive thank you for all the support on our last video where we talked about watch movements. You can check it out in the link below. The comments have been amazing. Keep them coming. It's great to hear from you. Today we're diving into something that every watch lover looks through but might not always think about, the watch crystal. It's the top of the watch, the transparent part you see through, but it's also a key structural component. We'll break down the different types of crystals used in modern watches, their benefits and why they matter. Let's start with a bit of history. In the early days of pocket watches, the cases were closed and you had to open the case to see the time, exposing the dial. Later on, glass started being used, but only in very expensive watches, usually owned by the military, scientists or the wealthy. Here's a cool fact. The ship's chronometer back in the day would cost around £80,000 in today's money. Thomas Earnshaw helped bring that cost down to about £12,000 by subcontracting the work of making a watch, the case, the crystal, to independent contractors. This was so significant that the British Admiralty had a buy one get one free offer for captains in the 1800s. If you enjoy these kinds of horological history tidbits, let me know. I'm a member of the Worshipful Company of Clockmakers and would love to share more of Britain's clockmaking history with you. All right, let's bring it up to date and talk about modern watch crystals. With over 50,000 watches sold in my career, I want to clarify, if you forgive the pun, the different materials and take away any mystery surrounding from them. There are three main types of watch crystals you'll find today. 1, acrylic or hesalite. 2, mineral. And 3, sapphire. First, we have acrylic or hesalite, which is a transparent plastic. It's been used in watchmaking for many years because it's lightweight and can be molded into various shapes. While it's softer than mineral or sapphire crystals, making it more prone to scratches, it's also more flexible. This flexibility means it's less likely to shatter or break under impact. Let's be honest, acrylic crystals have been into space on the Omega Speedmaster and to the top of Mount Everest with Rolex. One major benefit is that an acrylic crystal is non-reflective, so you don't need an anti-reflective coating like you do with sapphire or mineral. Another big plus, you can also polish acrylic. For example, here's my father's 1957 Longines. I had the original crystal polished a few years ago, and as you can see, the results are stunning, though my dad still thinks I replaced the crystal. And now for a family interlude. This is my dad. Say hello, Dad.
Hi.
Now, this is the very Longines I spoke about here. This is his 1959 Longines, which was bought for you by my mother on your engagement.
Correct.
And you've had the watch ever since?
Ever since. We've been married 64 years, so that's 65 years old.
65 years of great use. Now, this crystal, which is Hesalite, which you knew is plastic, became very scratched, didn't it?
Yes. It spoiled the look of the watch. The watch is beautifully kept, but you can't avoid, or you couldn't then avoid, scratches. And I didn't know how it would be possible to get a new glass because I didn't think anything could be done to restore that.
And then I took the watch off and serviced it and gave it you back, and you were
astonished. I was amazed, astonished and amazed that you've got it unblemished now.
And that's the beauty of this sort of material there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a watch that's 65 years old. You thought it was beyond serviceable use. I had it professionally polished. I paid quite a lot of money to do it, but that's worth it. And tell people about the strap. It's just a lovely story about the strap on this watch, because it is a watch that's very special to you.
It's a very special watch, and I only wear it on special occasions. I thought it deserved a nice strap, and in those days, maybe even today, crocodile or alligator straps were the best. But I was in New York. I went to one of the big stores, and I went to a special department where they sold this kind of thing, and it was so expensive that I left. I thought, I can't pay that for a strap. But then I subsequently thought, this is a very special watch. It only comes out on special occasions. It deserves a fine strap. So I went back, paid the money. It's given me wonderful service. It's not worn. So I did the right thing.
And of course, that's the beauty of watches as we're talking about. That's why we love watches. They are lifetime companions. And as Dad has shown, they will continue to serve you well throughout your lifetime, giving you all those wonderful memories if you look after them. Yeah. Thanks for being on the video, Dad.
Well, the point is that no man can have a better gift than a fine watch. It's a wonderful thing. Nothing surpasses it. And then these new modern watches that are just miniature computers they don't stand a chance. This is a living, breathing, almost breathing instrument, and it's a beautiful thing, and I still love it.
And I can't argue with my own father, can I?
Not at all.
Thanks, Dad.
Pleasure.
If you want to do a full restoration, I recommend leaving polishing to a professional to avoid deforming the crystal. Next up is mineral crystal, which is made from tempered silica. It's tougher and more scratch resistant than acrylic and is commonly used in modern watches. Whilst it's not as hard as sapphire, it's still durable and can even be coated with a thin layer of sapphire for added scratch resistance, something that Citizen does on many of their dive watches. Finally, we have sapphire crystal. Sapphire isn't glass, it's crystallized aluminium oxide and ranks 9 on the Moss hardness scale, just below diamonds, which are 10. Sapphire is chosen for its extreme scratch resistance, but it's more expensive than crystals because it needs to be ground from solid blocks of material using specialized tools. I want you to check out this optional sapphire crystal upgrade for the SIN 103, which alone costs about €400. The process of shaping a double domed sapphire crystal is fascinating. It's very precise work. Now let me show you the crystal we designed for our Helicon Master. We wanted the best of both worlds, modern performance with a vintage dynamic. That's why we chose a double domed sapphire crystal, where both the inner and outer surfaces have a gentle mashing curve. This shape reduces visual distortion and is expensive to produce, but we think the result is worth it for both clarity and character. For diving watches, crystals can be as thick as up to 5mm to withstand extreme pressure, and for those applications, a flat inner surface is required. As mentioned earlier, both sapphire and mineral crystals are reflective, so they often benefit from an anti-reflective coating. You can choose to apply this coating on the inside, the outside, or both. For our Master, we went with an inner coating only. This keeps the outer surface cleaner and less prone to smudges. To sum it all up, all 3 types of crystals, acrylic, mineral and sapphire, are fit for purpose. In my years in the industry, we've had to replace very few crystals. Acrylic can be polished, mineral is very durable, and sapphire, as you've heard, is incredibly scratch resistant. I hope you've enjoyed this look at watch crystals and how to appreciate them. If you did, please do like, subscribe and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and see you the next time.